Okay, you ready to end this sucker? Okay, so in your notes, so you know where you're at, here's all the US enters, home front, propaganda stuff. Okay, let's come down a little bit. I went too far. Okay, so the war starts to end. I already told you this. Russia is out in 1917. We'll deal with that, I promise. Okay, but Russia's out in 1917 because of the Bolshevik Revolution, turning Russia communist. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. Well, that's when we come into the war too, 1917. Then things just kind of start to fall apart. Okay. Russia is gone. Yeah? Which, if you remember, caused German troops to go back to the trenches, like just to flood the trenches. And then it caused Austrian troops to come this way. We show up and flood this way. Okay? Well, the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire was fighting this war on Germany's side with the, I don't know, whatever, promise or whatever, that once Russia lost and Germany won, the Ottoman Empire, here we go, could have this Russian land around the Black Sea so that the Ottoman Empire down here would have total control of the Black Sea. Okay, when Russia left World War I, they didn't surrender to Germany. Nope. They signed an armistice. I've mentioned this word multiple times. An armistice is a ceasefire. You just put your weapons down, you shake hands, and you leave. Nobody won, nobody lost. Think of it like a tie. I mean, that's the most, I don't know, kindergarten version way to think of it. Think of it like a tie. Okay, well, if you tied, does Russia lose anything? They're not supposed to. Does Germany win anything? They're not supposed to. So if they don't lose anything, does that mean the Ottoman Empire gets this land? Nope. Well, the Ottoman Empire turns around and is focusing on Greece and Italy, right? Well, why? The Ottoman Empire has something else going on at the same time. The Ottoman Empire is made up of a whole bunch, there we go, of different people groups. Okay. They are not all Ottoman Muslims that live in this area. All right. There's a whole bunch of people called Armenians. And they are, no, they're not Muslims. I'm sorry. They are Christians. There's another issue happening in the Ottoman Empire at the exact same time as World War I, the Armenian genocide. A genocide is where you kill an entire group of people, like the Holocaust. Why? Well, race, religion, anything like that. It's the same as an ethnic cleansing. Okay, you get rid of an entire group of people. Now, in this case, for the most part, the Armenians were Christian, so that was a little bit of a issue. The other big thing, though, is the Armenian Christians didn't like the Ottoman Empire's World War I policies. They were like, okay, wait, we're fighting Christian brothers here, and we're not cool with that, so we're not going to go to war. And the Ottoman Empire said, oh, yeah, you will, because you live in our empire and you do what we say. They said, yeah, but we're not going to kill our brothers. Okay, then we'll kill you. And basically, they just start getting killed. Okay, we found out about that. Yes, we, America, the Allies. And we start putting a lot of pressure on the Ottoman Empire for that. We're like, dude, you're taking away their rights. Eventually, the Ottoman Empire will stop the Armenian genocide, okay? And they will put down their weapons. They're done. They leave. Okay? Ottoman Empire, out of this war. Well, that's going to cause the Italian and Greek forces, okay, that were dealing with the Ottoman Empire to turn around and focus on Bulgaria and here Austria. Um, Bulgaria isn't a strong country, neither is Serbia. But again, multiple countries on one, you're good. Bulgaria is going to fall. And then what? Austria. According to Germany, if you are Germanic, you do not surrender. Well, Austrians are Germanic, very Germanic peoples. They surrendered. Why? Ammunition, supplies. They had been split so many different ways for so long that they're running out of supplies. They can't ask for supplies from Germany because Germany's up here fighting the whole world. And Austria's like, Germany, can we have some ammo, please? And they're like, seriously? You can't deal with Serbia and Italy when we're taking the whole world? Austria. They can. Guys, you can't fight without ammo. I mean, I guess you can. They surrender. That is the ultimate in Germany's eyes. And guys, Adolf Hitler will not forget it. Yes, I said the thing right. I know you're like, wait, World War what? Adolf Hitler is not going to forget this. One of the, in fact, the first thing that he actually takes, well, that's a lie. The Rhineland. Never mind. One of the first big things he actually takes is Austria. You're like, no, I looked that up and it said it was annexed. Yeah, we'll talk about that. King John signed the Magna Carta too, right? So we'll get there. But yeah, Austria's going to be in some trouble with Germany. There's nobody left on Germany's side except Germany. And it's kind of at this point that the two cousins here, Kaiser Wilhelm and whichever George this is, they're like, why are we doing this? What? Why are we fighting? And they decided to sign an armistice. Ceasefire. They just stopped fighting. We're done. Can you imagine fighting for 4 years? In trenches with trench foot? With your fellow friends dead all around you? Eating rats? Can you imagine this? And then the leaders of the countries just go, okay, guys, we signed a deal. We're done. Let's go home. And you're like, yes, we won. Well, I mean, not exactly. We tied. Joe Blow, the soldier, was like, what was the purpose of this? If we just tied. Guys, when I was in high school in the 1990s, we didn't have playoff games for, oh, yeah, we did. That's not what I meant. We didn't have extra time for a tiebreaker in a football game. We didn't do that. I know because we tied Permian one year. I hate Permian. Yeah, I said it. Okay. Y'all, we don't like ties. Since I was in school, we tied, right? And since then, 400 years ago, since then, they've changed it so that you guys don't have to deal with a tie in a football game anymore. You go into extra time and you actually see who won. People don't like ties. Ugh. What's weird here, though, is everybody goes home and has like World War One parades and woohoo, we won. Who won this war? But see, we as human beings want a winner. How would you feel if you were watching, I don't know, the Avengers fight Thanos? And all of a sudden, that big, massive war, right? Thanos looked at Iron Man and said, "Oh, bro, I was just kidding. I'm sorry. Here's the gauntlet, man. Let's just divide all these things up. You go hide this one, you go hide this one. Okay. Guys, you guys go home. Bye. Sorry that girl died, but who cares?" How would you feel watching the movie? And by the way, spoiler alert, sorry. How would you feel watching that movie? Seriously? How would you feel watching Harry Potter? Voldemort's like, "Oh, hey, I was just joking, you guys. Let's quit." I mean, Harry, like, we're the same type person, man. Sorry I killed you in the forest, but it's all good, right? Sorry about everybody that died, Remus, it's a shame. Sorry. Sorry about Sirius. Oops. How would you feel? You'd be mad. Okay, listen. Nobody likes a tie. And that's kind of what happened. Everybody goes home after World War One in 1918, and people start sitting there thinking. Some people's faces are all destroyed, and people have lost their feet and their arms and all kinds of trash. Trash? Whatever. Why? I don't know. Huh. Well, that wasn't fair, was it? Well, somebody had to have lost that war. Oh, Austria lost. They surrendered. Yes. But we weren't fighting Austria. We were fighting Germany. And Germany is who blew my face off. People want a winner and people want a loser. We're human beings. It's like just the way we are. So, a couple years after the war ends, there's a meeting. And the meeting is very strategically, like the meeting place, I'm sorry, is very strategically chosen. Do you remember the Palace of Versailles? We talked about it, Louis XIV, this gorgeous place, right? This meeting is going to be called the Peace Conference of Versailles, and from it comes the Treaty of Versailles. They chose Versailles to be the meeting point on purpose. They wanted everybody who came to Versailles to see the trench warfare destruction. Because, see, this is what's crazy. Everybody just picked up and left. Soldiers just left. They didn't take their tanks. They didn't take their airplanes that had crashed. They just were like, France, clean it up. I mean, if nobody won and nobody lost, then there's no loser who has to clean up your country. So what do we do? Well, everybody, you're on your own. Oh, that's fair. Because England, your country wasn't fought in. America, you don't have any destruction either. So can you guys help us? Oh, no. So who helps us? Germany. They're the ones who did it. But Germany didn't lose. Do you see the problem here? This conference at Versailles was chosen on purpose so that people had to see the destruction as they traveled. And it's bad. And this is like 2 years after the war ends. All the countries sit down to talk about, okay, what now? But that's not really what ends up happening. We're going to start there. Oh my gosh, I forgot this. Yeah, you see it, don't you? Oops, I'll deal with that in a minute. I'll deal with that. It'll go fine with the next one. Okie dokie. All right, this was a short one, yeah? Lucky dog.